Hey there, Cowboys fan. It's no secret that this season has been a tough one, right? The Cowboys are sitting in a frustrating spot, with high expectations, and yet, every week feels like a roller coaster. Let's be real, this isn't the team we were hoping for when Mike McCarthy took over as head coach. So, let's talk about it. What's been going wrong under McCarthy's leadership? And more importantly, what's the future hold? We all remember the excitement when McCarthy was hired back in 2020. After the messy Jason Garrett years, there was hope that McCarthy could bring a new spark to the team. But here we are. The Cowboys haven't made that leap to true contender status. Sure, we've seen some flashes of brilliance, but there's been just as much disappointment. Is McCarthy really the right guy for the job? Or is it time for a change? Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think McCarthy's leadership has been good for the Cowboys, or are you starting to lose faith? Let me know in the comments. Hello, do you think it's time for a fresh start? Or maybe we need to give McCarthy another year? I'm genuinely curious to know where you stand. By the way, if you're enjoying this breakdown of the Cowboys season and want more in-depth discussions like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Your support helps us grow and reach our goal of 12,000 subscribers. Help us get there. But enough about that for now. In the next chapter, we're going to dig deeper into some of the key moments under McCarthy's reign that have left us scratching our heads. So, stick around, because this is far from over. Trust me. All right, let's dive into some of those moments that have left us scratching our heads. You know the ones I'm talking about. The decisions McCarthy made that either didn't work out or flat out backfired. We've all watched these games unfold and thought, what is going on here? Take, for example, the coaching decisions in critical games. Think back to last season's playoffs. Remember the questionable play calls and the lack of adjustments. The Cowboys were trailing, and instead of shaking things up, it felt like McCarthy just stuck to his game plan, even when it wasn't working. In moments like that, you start wondering, is McCarthy the coach we need when the pressure is on? And then, there's the issue of consistency. We've had some great regular season performances, sure, but when it matters most, the Cowboys haven't been able to make that jump. How many times have we seen McCarthy unable to make adjustments in real time? It's like the Cowboys are stuck in this cycle of playing well enough to win, but not playing at the championship level we expect. So, Cowboys fan, I have to ask, do you think McCarthy is too stubborn with his strategies? Or does he just not have the right tools to succeed? Head to the comments and cast your vote. Do you trust McCarthy with the future of this team? Or do you think the time has come for a new direction? And hey, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. We've got a lot more coming your way as we break down the future of this team, and we want you along for the ride. We're not done yet. Stay tuned, because the next chapter is going to address the pressure that's mounting on McCarthy and whether he can survive this season. Trust me, it's getting interesting. Now, let's talk about something that's becoming increasingly impossible to ignore: the pressure that's mounting on Mike McCarthy. You can feel it, right? It's in the air at every game. Fans are frustrated, and that frustration is starting to turn into a tidal wave. The media has been calling for change, and every time the Cowboys falter in a crucial game, the whispers get louder. Here's the thing: coaching in the NFL is all about results, and McCarthy knows that. He took over the Cowboys with the weight of expectations, and let's face it, he hasn't exactly delivered on all of them. Sure, the regular season wins are nice, but this team is built for the big stage. We want Super Bowl contention, not just a playoff appearance. And that's where the pressure begins to get unbearable. But here's the kicker: it's not just about wins and losses. It's also about how McCarthy handles the big moments, the pressure situations. Can he make those in-game adjustments when things aren't going right? Can he keep the team calm in the chaos of a tight playoff game? These are the moments that define a coach's legacy, and honestly, McCarthy's track record in these areas is, let's say, questionable. So, Cowboys fan, do you think McCarthy has what it takes to handle this pressure? Or do you think he's starting to crack under the weight of the job? Drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts. We'll be watching to see how you all weigh in on this Your Opinion Matters. And before I go on, remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're on a mission to hit 12,000 subscribers, and with your help, we can make it happen. Thanks for being part of this journey with us. All right, we're heading into the final stretch now. Up next, let's look at the potential replacements for McCarthy and what that could mean for the future of the Cowboys. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. So let's talk about what comes next. The possibility of a coaching change isn't just some rumor. Anymore, it's a real possibility. If McCarthy is let go, who's next in line to the reins of America's team? I know, it's a tough pill to swallow. But you can't ignore the fact that the team needs a leader who can take them all the way to the Super Bowl. And at this point, we're all wondering if McCarthy is the guy who can do that. There's a lot of speculation swirling about who could replace him. One name that keeps coming up is Deion Sanders. Yeah, you heard me right, primetime himself. The thought of Deion taking over as head coach has Cowboys Nation buzzing with excitement. After all, his charisma, his leadership, and his football IQ are off the charts. Imagine him coaching up the defense, getting those players fired up, and bringing that championship mentality to the team. But let's be real, here Deion Sanders isn't the only candidate that could be a game changer. There are a few other names that could step in and help elevate the team. Coaches like Eric Bieniemy, who has turned around offenses in Kansas City, or maybe even a former Cowboys player with deep ties to the franchise. But the question we all have to ask ourselves is, do we need someone with a fresh perspective? Someone who will shake things up? Or are we looking for stability? Someone who can just keep the train rolling? This is a crossroads moment for the Cowboys. Let me know what you think. Though, are you all in on Deion as the next head coach? Or do you have another candidate in mind? Cast your vote in the poll right here, and we'll see where everyone stands. Your thoughts matter, so don't hold back. And hey, make sure you've subscribed if you haven't already. We're building something special here, and I want you to be part of it. Let's keep this discussion going, and make sure you're always up to date with everything Cowboys. Now, as we wrap this up, let's talk about the inevitable decision, the one that could change the course of this team's future. The question is, what will Jerry Jones do? All right, now we get to the big question, the one that could reshape the future of the Dallas Cowboys for years to come. What will Jerry Jones do? We know Jerry is a passionate guy, a man with an undeniable love for the Cowboys. But sometimes, that passion leads to some tough, sometimes unpredictable decisions. And when it comes to firing Mike McCarthy or keeping him around, this could be a make-or-break moment for the entire franchise. Now, we all know Jerry Jones has a reputation for being loyal to his coaches. He's given McCarthy time, but let's face it, we've seen seasons come and go, and that Super Bowl win has remained just out of reach. With the team showing flashes of brilliance, but failing to put it all together when it counts, Jerry's patience is likely wearing thin. The question is, will he pull the trigger, or will he give McCarthy another shot to turn things around? And while Jerry has always had a certain fondness for loyalty, let's not forget how quickly he's made tough calls in the past. Like when he fired Wade Phillips mid-season back in 2010. Jerry's no stranger to making moves when it's clear that things aren't working out. And if the Cowboys fall short again this season, I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry doesn't hesitate to make a change. But here's the twist. Jerry isn't just thinking about this season, he's thinking long-term. The future of the Cowboys is at stake here, and Jerry knows he needs a coach who can get the team back on track and lead them to that elusive Super Bowl. So, what's it going to be? McCarthy or someone new? I'm curious. What's your gut feeling? Do you think Jerry will make a change? Or do you believe McCarthy has earned the chance to turn it around? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We're growing fast, and we don't want you to miss out on any of the Cowboys news as it happens. Thanks for sticking with me through this journey. I'll catch you in the next video.